Tirumati Sri Vidya Lakshmi, Correspondent RVS Group of Institutions, Dr. T. Shivakumar, Principal RVS College of Arts and Science, Dr. K. Vijayarani, Controller of Examinations, Bharatiya University, Dr. M. P. Ayyappa Das, Vice Principal RVS College of Arts and Science, Professor Sharamma Samuel, Secretary RVS Group of Institutions, different heads of departments of the institution, all other dignitaries, academicians, faculty members, parents, young graduates, all other dignitaries present, Vanakkam. You all are aware that we have gathered here for the 38th graduation day. And if this graduation means something to us, it will be nothing less than upgradation of our thought process, of our thinking, upgradation of our skill, upgradation of our talent, and upgradation of our dedication towards the society. This graduation itself means what we were yesterday, now we have graduated or upgraded from today onwards in a different way. That is the meaning of graduation. And that graduation is coming within now next few minutes, and you will be graduated. RVS College itself has its own name and fame in the educational institutions of the state, and it has not just come overnight. For last many years, the management of RVS Group of Institutions have toiled and moiled. They have dedicatedly worked efforts, put their everything that they had, and now this institution has been recognized as one of the best institutions in the state. I congratulate the management of the RVS Group of Institutions for this big achievement, and my best wishes to them for future more and better heights. This particular College of Arts and Science is an autonomous college. To be an autonomous college, to have an autonomy is to have different courses of which you require, you feel that we should have. The courses which we want to have are very much needed in the society or not, that has to be looked into. You have got that independence to some extent, no doubt. Independence to develop the faculty itself. Independence to impart education. All these have to be considered in an autonomous institution. RVS is an autonomous institution, and they have been imparting such knowledge into the students of this institution. What does that exactly mean? As I was mentioning, that it is upgradation of your thoughts. It is upgradation of your skills. That is the reason why we come to institutions. We always have talent and skill, but by the experiments and the exercise, we upgrade ourselves. I was very happy to learn when the trustees Shri Senthilji was telling me that they have a special program or special experiment of developing the faculty. It is very rarely seen anywhere. I was very happy to learn when he had come to meet me at Lok Bhavan. That time also he explained me what it was, and today I was listening to his speech. The development of the faculty who are imparting knowledge, who are giving everything that they have, information and knowledge to the students. In fact, we stop at the educational program and we just look at the degrees of the professor, whether he has completed B.Ed or M.Ed, and we stop there. We don't do anything else. But the people or the persons who are responsible to give the knowledge, who are responsible to mold the students here, they also should have better knowledge every time, every day. That is the motive of this institution. I have never seen this in any other places. I congratulate this institution for this, because you have taken a very big leap in this. Motivating the teachers, professors, giving them more and more training every time so that they can transfer their skill and training to the students. That itself is an achievement. This has to be, I think, followed by many of our institutions, not only in our state but in our country also. That is the motive of this whole institution's programs. We always have to think what education we give to the students. You must have heard National Education Policy. National Education Policy 2020, which was adopted by the cabinet of our country, ministry of our country, in the year 2020. So it is called National Education Policy 2020. What is the purpose of that education policy? That has to be understood. It is just not an exercise that let us, after about 18-20 years, we have done nothing, let us put one more committee and commission so that you formulate something different. No, it was not for that purpose, because we have seen how the education imparted, how education was given to our next generation. In fact, we should have done this exercise immediately when we got independence. In the year 1947, we could have done this, but we failed to do it. I am not blaming anybody for this, but our leadership that time should have thought of it. As soon as we got the independence, we could have a different type of education system, our own education, our system. But instead of that, we thought, let us do what Britishers have given to us. Let us continue with the Britishers' thought. And that colonial thought was the educational thought. That colonial process was our education that day and even to some extent today. So there were some two commissions to rethink about this. But the problem was at the implementation. It was not both implemented at all. There was Kothari Commission for Education. But it did not say anything. It did not give us anything. We could have implemented. But the dispensation at that time failed to do this. Now we have this National Education Policy headed by none other than greatest scientist of yesteryears, Kasturi Rangan. Dr. Kasturi Rangan was the chairman of this commission. Along with all other educationists in our country, they sat together for more than 2 years and they thought something has to be done so that our education system will not develop servants, will not develop slaves. We wanted to have masters in education and in every field of our life. That was the aim of our new education policy 2020. And that should have been done earlier. Forget about that past years now. But now that we have this particular education policy, it needs a very, very good thought to be given and to be implemented. Why? Because it is a deviation from our colonial thought. I many a times feel that it is a first serious attempt to decolonize our education. Otherwise, education was what colonial people had given to us. And that was what? It was nothing but a memory test. If you remember at the time of writing paper, exam, you are good at the marks, you are good at exams. Your knowledge doesn't matter at all. Your memory matters. It was a memory test. Now there is deviation from that colonial procedure. There are many different aspects to it. It has become a multidisciplinary education system. This multidisciplinary education system allows us to do anything, allows us to study many subjects. Even if I am doing something engineering, I can study an art subject or commerce subject or music while doing this engineering also, because I have some talent, I have some eagerness to understand other subjects also. What more importance or thrust is being given by this new education policy is on our research. Research has been neglected in this country for many years. We were just giving education which is written in the textbooks, and we were just very happy to write exams on the basis of textbooks. We did not understand what is the research was going to do to us. Now the thrust is being given on the researches. Anusandhan, that is what it is called there. That research is very much necessary. We have to have research in every educational institution. I was reading about RVS educational institutions. You have given some importance to education research programs here. It is very much needed. Otherwise, our students will not be able to develop their skill and talent. Whatever has been given to us, we will be just making it by heart and telling it to some other else, passing it in the next generation. That's all. We have some brains, we have talent, we have skill. Let us use it in the interest of all the people. Do some research. Research-oriented programs are very much necessary in any educational institutions. Unfortunately, it has been neglected for many years. Now that we have got this opportunity, we should try this. We should do this. Because research will give us a very splendid way to path towards innovations, towards renovations, towards to understand what it is. We cannot neglect Indian knowledge system. The years and years together, we had some knowledge system. It is not because Westerners have given, foreign countries have given some knowledge and that is the only knowledge. No, it is not so. We also have a knowledge system. It is called as Indian knowledge system. The Indian knowledge system has to be taken into consideration. How it was developed in the years together, centuries earlier, how it was being imparted on other parts of the country, other parts of the world. The very educational system which we had in our country was being copied by others. I just give you one example. There is at the lower level education system, we still know what is called as Montessori education system, Montessori. Our children are being given this Montessori education system. The origin of that Montessori education system, it doesn't lie in Manchester or in England. It lies in our Madras, in our Chennai. It starts from here. It was being discussed there. And it is still called there Madras education system. Still even today it is being called there. They have copied it from ours, our system, because it was a monitoring system. In a class, there used to be one talented and very smart boy, and we call him as a monitor in a class. And that monitor gives every education because he is a knowledgeable person. He understands everything. And he passes on the education to other students also. Same system is being followed in England today. And it is still called as Madras education system. See, such a big legacy we have. Why we are just ignoring our system? Our system has to be looked into again and again with a different view. I don't say that we have to do that. Let us go for our educational system, traditional educational system, along with the latest trends in technology. Let us blend it together, bring it together. Education, our traditional education system and latest technology, digital technology, everything can be blended together and that education can be given to our next generation. This should be our aim. Ultimately, we want to create masters and not slaves. Take, for example, any educational institution. What the NIRF and all, how those grading and NAC grading is done, keep it aside. But how public or any educational institution advertises themselves? They say we are best education institution because we have got 90% placement rate. Placement rate of 90%. Placement rate of 80%. Place of rate of 95 or 99%. I have read such advertisements. What does that mean? What is the meaning of placement? Placement means those people, students who pass through our education, they have been given service some here or there. We have created slaves. We have created service seeker, job seekers. We have given them job. 90% students from our institution have been given job. Is our education is aiming at creating job seekers? Why should it be? Can we not give our education which will create job givers? Only job seekers? Our education system has to be aimed at job givers. Let us create job givers. For that, in your education system, you have to have incubation center. You have to have entrepreneurship development cell. Create entrepreneurs. Let us have some new enterprises, not only job seekers. We want to have job givers. Today you will be getting graduated. You will be getting degrees in your hands. What are you going to do next? My dear friends, this question is not from me to you. This question has to be from you to yourself. What are you going to be next? Are you just going to be a job seeker? This is my degree. I have completed my degree. Now it is your job, Mr. MLA or Mr. Minister. You give me your job now. Is it so? Can I stand on my feet and say, yeah, no, I will not go for job. I will be doing something that can be stand up. I will be starting a startup and give jobs to others. I will not seek job. I will be a job giver. That is the aim of our education, to become masters and not slaves. Let us be master in every field. That is the aim of our education. That is how we are going to travel in next century, next decades. That is what we will be contributing towards progress of this society, country, state, everything. We have to do this. Just don't take your certificate. This is my certificate. I have passed my this degree, and now your job to give me some service. Nokri. I want nokri. Service, job. Let us think in a different way. That is the aim of our education. That is the aim of our whole system. And that is what we are at crossroads now. My dear young friends, it is appeal to you all here. Think differently. Don't think, well, what other things now? You have to, this is the time. You have to think it today. I many a time say it is time is today. Tomorrow may be late. You have to think it today about your future. And your future is not only job seeker, doing service to somebody else. Your future is that you will be a job giver. I remember one economist, Indian economist, who used to say, what he said, just understand, try to understand this statement. He says, Indian youth prefers guaranteed poverty to risky prosperity. What is guaranteed poverty and what is risky prosperity? Guaranteed poverty means job, serving somebody, because at the end of the month you get guaranteed payment. That is guaranteed poverty. If you work for some more hours in that office, you don't get more pay. But risky prosperity is you have to be your own master. Have a startup, have an enterprise of yours. Do something for you. If you are working 8 hours there, and if you are working more 5 hours there, you will be earning more in that your enterprise. It is a prosperity. There is a risk, no doubt. And tell me, who else can take this risk other than you? Can you tell me to take risk? My hairs have already grown grey now. But you are very young, my dear friends. Only you can take risk now. That risky prosperity should be your aim. That is what you are going to do in next few years. Create yourself. Let everybody tell, yes, this is the person, this is the boy, this is the girl who has passed out from RVS college. This is the person who has done something for the society, done something for the country. That is what we want to know. Don't be just one of the person who is the job seeker. Think in a different way. That is the message that we have to take from this gathering. That's all. Nandri, Vanakkam.
Let the candidates be now presented.
Good morning. Mr. Principal, I present unto you 33 candidates in person from the Faculty of Social Sciences who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree and rank certificates of the Bharatiya University. Amrita Shri from BBA, Panto Rishwana. Jai Surya N. Kadirvel Pandian R. And Meghala S. Thank you.
I dissolve this graduation ceremony. National song followed by national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलति तरंगा दब सुबना में जागे दब सुबहासिष मागे कागे दव जय गादा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय जय